Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet another review on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm not going to talk about a whole lot, just the stuff that I really care about. Okay, Garcelle had to sit down with Dorit. When she was at this sit down with Dorit, she pretty much brought up PK and that DUI. What I noticed was that Miss Dorit really didn't want to have this conversation with her when it came down to her husband or whatever. So Dorit ended up, so first of all, when Garcelle asked her about the DUI, Miss Dorit said, "Oh girl, you mean alleged DUI?" And she like, "Girl, well, how is it alleged?" She said, "Well, girl, he wasn't arrested. They did take him down to the station to give him a breathalyzer, but he ended up being under the limit." So at this point, I'm confused. Okay, I'm confused as to why did he even go down to the station in the first place? Because that's what it sounded like she said to me. Why did they not give him the breathalyzer while they pulled him over? Like they should have did that then. Okay. And then Dorit also says that her husband drove himself home. Meanwhile, Garcelle is like, "Are you sure?" Because I heard that he was driven home. Not that he drove himself home, but he was driven home. Okay. But she also said, "Listen, it don't matter, girl, because at the end of the day, it would not have worked out like that for my people, period." And I agree. Okay. Dorit really does not want to talk about a PK and the DUI. She rather change the subject and talk about Miss Erica. Okay, she wants to talk about Erica and her drinking because Miss Lisa Rinna does have a wine tasting coming up, and Miss Dorit is like, "Well, do you think that Erica's gonna come down there and she's gonna be drinking and stuff?" Garcelle said, "I don't know what she's gonna do, but what I can hope is that she don't do it because the last time she was out hanging out with us and she was drinking, she ended up bumping her motherfucking head." Okay, clearly, okay, she damn sure did, literally. And she bumped her damn head when she was up there singing when Diana's husband was singing, because that was just rude as hell, if you ask me. Okay. Then she bumped her head the last time when she sat up there and cussed at that lady's son, and then also tried to make moves on her other son. Erica just been bumping her motherfucking head all over the place. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going. Garcelle also brings up Erica calling out Sutton, saying that Sutton is detrimental to her. And I'm like, well, we just gonna have to wait to see if these words are going to end up being actual factual, because I don't really see it with Sutton being detrimental to Miss Garcelle. But I mean, maybe it could show up at a later time. IDK. Okay. What else ended up happening? Yeah, I said, I guess we'll have to wait and see whether or not Sutton turns on Garcelle. Now, Erica talked about being a part-time dominatrix. I was like, how did we get here and why are we here having this conversation? I guess she's looking at another way that she can use these old white-haired men. But anyway, girl, we're gonna go ahead and scoot along from that. We get to Lisa Rinna's wine tasting, okay? So the ladies are sitting around, of course, they're discussing Miss Crystal's eating disorder. Now, Sutton is feeling very uncomfortable while they're having this conversation, but Lisa thinks that Crystal needs to get the help that she needs and pretty much stop complaining about it. And then Sutton's like, "Well, I think y'all need to have like a conversation with her or whatever," because basically Sutton is feeling uncomfortable because Crystal is not there to defend herself. Yeah, Garcelle, you should know a lot about this because you too have felt uncomfortable when the ladies bring up Sutton and talk about her when she's not there. So you should understand that. So then Garcelle says, "Well, we're going to have this conversation with her." I feel like this conversation is not going to go well. I feel like eating disorders and stuff like that, like those topics are extremely sensitive. And the way they're having this conversation amongst each other means like they're going to go to her like with a bunch of aggression or no remorse, or I'm going to say no sensitivity or understanding really to her situation. Now, Lisa Rinna, you could say that you had a child that went through this, but that's a child versus an adult and somebody that has dealt with this since they were a child, now being an adult. So I think it's good to have the conversation with the friend when you care about them and you are concerned. However, you ladies don't really know how to have those conversations. Your conversations, in my opinion, comes off as attacks. So I don't think this is going to go very well, especially when it comes to Miss Crystal. Okay, y'all definitely lead with da 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 da. Why would you do that? Like y'all. To me, I don't feel like y'all have any type of sensitivity or anything when it comes to Crystal. But that's just my opinion. Okay, you can leave yours down below. All right. So what else? So Sutton wants to know parts. I said I don't blame her. This conversation could really be a good one, but it really depends on the tone in which the ladies bring the conversation up and bring it to Miss Crystal. Okay. Now Dorit is trying to hook Garcelle up with one of her good friends, I suppose. Okay, so Garcelle is trying to find out some details, girl, like what he looked like. Okay, I think Lisa Rinna was like, "Well, girl, how tall is he, girl?" Okay, how big is the I see Kay, Erica over there, like, how big is that account? Right. And this is what I did not like with that conversation. When Dorit brings up the friend, I guess she wants to hook Garcelle up with or whatever, Erica literally takes over that conversation and makes it about her. And I was just like, girl, shut up. Like, nobody cares about you having SEX last night. Like, nobody cares how good it was, how big it was. Like, this conversation is not about you. We do not want to hear about you. I want to hear more about this man that Dorit got for Garcelle or whoever she said she had it for. I'm not interested in hearing about you. And that bothered me. And I think that Dorit ended up turning the conversation over to Erica, focusing on her because she realized I'm not going to get a word in either way. I'm not gonna get a word in either way, so I might as well just go ahead and entertain this conversation she has here. And I was like, damn, Erica, you be getting on my nerves, girl. You be getting on my nerves. You always want to turn situations and make them about you. And it's crazy because you really be doing that when you're not drunk. And then when you're drunk, you do it even more. You know what I'm saying? With your little antics. It's like, I ain't gonna say so much as, well, no, I will say making situations about you, including, okay, the actions that you do to try and get the attention. Like, you need the attention is what it's giving, and I can't stand it. But let's go ahead and keep going, okay? So Cherie says that Lisa is a very nurturing person. And Lisa said, a lot of people think that I'm a bitch. Like, a lot of people don't know that I'm nurturing. And Cherie was like, well, girl, I didn't know you was nurturing either. And I said, girl, I still don't know. Okay, because when she's talking about people that think she's a bitch, yikes. Okay, now let's keep going. Erica and Garcelle. So Garcelle questions Erica, calling Sutton a liability. She's like, I don't really like that you said that. So can you really explain what you mean by that? So Erica thinks that she defends Sutton to a default or by default or whatever. Like, she's always defending her, even when she may be wrong or whatever, right? And Garcelle says, well, that's what friends are for. And I'm like, not really, in my opinion. I feel like friends are supposed to support you and have your back, not always just, go along with everything that you say. And also not to jump in and speak for you before you can speak for your damn self, especially when you're present to speak for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, the things that you do when she's not at the table to have a conversation, yeah, let them know. Y'all need to have my girl a part of this conversation because I don't feel comfortable. Because I don't trust any one of y'all. And y'all could go back and turn this conversation and make it seem like it's something that it's really not. As if I, you know what I'm saying, participated in any fashion. So I think we need to have this conversation with my girl here. Yes. But when you be trying to speak up quickly for her on her behalf, I don't think that's cool. But that's just me. So then Garcelle wanted to invite Sutton to the combo. Erica said, no, this is not the time, girl. I'm not for the deal because I already know I'm gonna get the arguing, girl. So don't bring don't bring her over here. I'm telling you, Garcelle, you better bring that girl over here. So Garcelle asked Erica if she thinks that she'll stick up for her, right? So Erica says, I think that it would be conditional. I listen, Erica not lying. She not. It would be conditional. I do not see Garcelle sticking up for her. Erica says, listen, I think you've made it very clear on how you feel about me. And did and does and will continue to do so. Okay. So Erica's not lying on that. Okay. Erica says that she has been clear on where she stands with her. Erica says that she doesn't think Garcelle believes her. And Garcelle said, well, girl, I believe some of the stuff. I sympathize with you, girl, but no, I'm not gonna believe everything. I don't believe everything. Okay. So as soon as Erica and Garcelle came to sit down, Sutton speaks up. Okay. Sutton pretty much gets ready to go in on Erica, but that's because Garcelle ended up giving Sutton a heads up that she was about to go talk to Erica about this because Erica called her a liability and she wanted to know why. Okay. So I wanted to go back a little bit, and I know I put it in my notes, but while it's on my mind, I wanted to go back and say this. Garcelle does jump into conversations to speak up for Sutton. And I do, like I said, I do not like that. It's like, girl, just wait. Okay. I can see if they're ganging up on Sutton or whatever. Sometimes she jumps the gun. But here's the thing. Garcelle doesn't do anything different than what Kyle ass does for other people. What Erica, Kyle, Dorit, all of y'all do, Garcelle isn't doing it. She's doing the same thing that y'all do. Y'all just don't like it because it's with somebody else. And I don't even like it when y'all do it. So I'm not going to give Garcelle passes. Like, it's okay for Garcelle to do it for real. Because I just don't like it when either one of them do it. I'm like, the person is there. They can speak for themselves or whatever the case is. Okay. If she out of line, then call her out. Okay. Period. So she ain't doing nothing too different than what y'all be doing, Erica, but you just want to feel a way about it because she's defending Sutton. That's what it is, okay? So anyway, Sutton says that she doesn't like being called a liability. She tells her straight up, like, girl, I don't like that you call me no liability. And if you're gonna say some SHI like that, you need to say it to me. Don't say it to her. I said, oh, well, Sutton, put it on the table. Okay. So when whoever it was said that Sutton don't be direct, Sutton was very direct in that moment. Okay. And that I think Kyle may have said that about Sutton. But in that moment, Sutton was very direct with Erica, came straight at her, and I enjoyed it. I'm like, you better speak up, Sutton. Okay, so Erica says that she always supports her or something like that. Yeah, I think she was talking about Garcelle. Okay, and that's when I said that Garcelle, she's doing the same thing that Cal does. Okay, so I don't like when Kyle do it, whatever. But y'all just mad. We already talked about that. So Erica flips the combo on. She flips the combo with Sutton onto Lisa. I can't remember how she flipped it, but she flipped it, and Lisa pretty much got involved because she said something like, "You did the same thing to Lisa," or whatever. And then it was at that moment where she pretty much threw it, tossed it right back over there to Lisa, and she just sat back and chilled and watched Lisa pretty much go in on something. And I just felt like y'all are a mess, okay? But I appreciate Garcelle sitting back and watching, because Sutton, in my opinion, was really holding her on, and it wasn't a need for you to speak up or anything. So she just sat back and watched. But the facials between Garcelle and Cherie, I was definitely here for it. I definitely was cackling, girl. I don't know how they stay in them scenes, and I was glad to see that Cherie was giving like a real honest, like facial, like, girl, this is some funny shit here, and I loved it. Okay. So Lisa says that Sutton wants to hurt her, and she has to figure out why. Meaning Sutton got to figure out why she's trying to hurt Lisa. And Lisa, you act like you're not trying to hurt her. Like you just sat down and had lunch with this woman and told her that you enjoy torturing her, but you're at a place where you're ready to move forward and you don't want to have no issues with her no more. But then you bring this stuff right back up, and then you go off on her. I believe it was showing in the preview or something where she was telling Sutton F her and she could get out her house or whatever the case is. So, girl, anyway, I'm like, you just sat down and talked to this lady and told her you want no issue, and now you over here acting like you want an issue with her. Like, I didn't get that. Okay. So yeah, Lisa Rinna just told Sutton that she doesn't want to beef with her or whatever anymore. We talked about that. So then Lisa starts to mock Sutton. That shit was funny a bit. And I did think that was a little funny because she really sounded just like her. And I'm like, that's funny as hell, but it's messed up at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's giving like you picking on her. And then I said, you know what? Lisa is drunk. Before Lisa could tell me she was drunk, I was like, Lisa is a motherfucking drunk. Like, that's where this is coming from. Okay. So I'm like, Lisa did all that talking about Sutton just the day before the lunch, only to tell Sutton that she wanted to let everything go. But you really didn't, because you literally was just talking about Sutton like 24 hours before linking up with her. And then another 24 hours later at this thing, after you linked up with her and told her you want to let it go, you back on that bullshit. So we'll just see how it's going to play out in the upcoming episode. But that's really all that I got for you guys. I wanted to come and give you my quick thoughts on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, honey. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe. Make sure you cut on that notification bell. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie That's Me, honey. And I will catch you guys in the next one.